Fest. We're going to get
we do
right
that
into the
every time
draft.
we're on break.
Kurosawa, boys.
Heck yes.
Kurosawa guys here for game number 1. Again, the rematch. There is no advantage, even though they've played before and Tempo Storm won. They are both in the loser match, so there's no advantage here for the set.
Did you confirm who's on which side?
It's based on seeding, so Tempo Storm is on left side.
They should be. Okay, good. Yeah, just wanted to make sure they got that correct.
There's at least a 50% chance that Tempo Storm is on the left side.
Thanks.
Hey, those are decent odds.
Hey, man.
I'm willing to go, if you're gambling, 50-50 is decent.
Yeah, I've bet on worse.
Yeah. I mean, I was betting on pick a number between 1 through 10, and that didn't go out well for me, but this could go out well for you. We'll see if RNG's on your side. You seem to be a big fan of Hearthstone. He didn't want to smile at me there, but he did. He's mad at himself. Uther, the first ban here. If Tempo Storm's on the right, I mean, GFE wants the Tassadar. They got it once today. They've experienced its pain yesterday.
They've experienced its pain.
So they're gonna go with
yeah, GFE will pick TAS if it's up. I think if TAS is banned here by Tempo Storm, GFE will probably first pick Abathur, if I had to guess. That seems like kind of their style on these larger 3-lane maps.
It's going to be the Genji ban that looks like. 3 seconds left. It is what is hovered on Dunks. It's interesting. It's because you're a referee that you can see what they're hovering in that
No,
one
it's just random
it's just
visual
random.
bug.
Just random?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so TAS is up here. I would expect to see GFE pick him. Possibility that they go Abathur instead, but
This is Tassadar.
fun
The,
game mode initiated.
The prize pool just jumped to 84.28. Whoever just jumped in and gave some more contributions towards that
guys.
prizing. Guys, thank you so much.
$1,500 away from that 10K stretch goal.
That's actually
And that's really good for the team.
insane.
That's an $8,000, $2,000 split for first and second. That's
Yeah.
really nice for them.
I mean,
And that's what this event's for. You guys and for the players, right? You guys are getting rewarded
That's
with
what Bloodlust has always been about. It's
great
for and from the community. That's the motto of what Arcanate's trying to provide for heroes and for esports in general. And, you know, it's amazing. I realize I'm on camera. I'm standing.
Yeah.
But thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone, for donating. And, you know, even if you don't have the money to donate, we appreciate you watching. Everything helps. Keep cheering on your player. Blood isn't about cheering on the teams. It's about shit-talking them. But don't be too mean to them. All right? We're mean enough to them. Dunk's not. He's
Guys.
casual. Illidan Abathur there. Not too surprised. Illidan is scary, man. The amount of pressure that the Hunt can do is...
Illidan with an
gnarly.
Abathur hat is like just so effective. And there's like no heroes in the game.
Well,
that
what
can
did we
actually
just see
escape.
Roll20 do a lot of? You know, I think Tempo Storm's like, well, that sucks fighting against that.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
I mean,
It
it
is.
seems reasonable. TAS
Yeah.
is also relatively weak against Illidan, so it's frustrating.
Just going to say it here. Now, I'm sorry my air conditioning's working. It's actually getting way too hot.
Yeah.
I'm dying right now. That's
It's
why I'm standing.
hot.
I'm just like, I need to aerate
infinitely
it.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck between these two furnaces. Like, they radiate. I mean, I do the same thing to them, right? But I'm between this, like, circle of heat, and then the pepper heated things up before.
If only had some
We got
nice,
these
cool
bright
chocolate
lights
milk.
on us. Yeah, there's black chocolate milk. Jake, bleh. That's you. That's you, dog. Next two picks here for GFE. They've got the Tassadar. What are you thinking is, I mean, probably Dahaka. You want the global to counteract the, they do go Dahaka Arthas. I mean, we talk about Arthas being a pseudo counter to the Illidan. You get the appeals, you get the slows, the roots to help catch them, and then you need the Dahaka for the global presence.
Sounds about right.
This is a pretty, these heroes are no surprise for this draft.
No surprise at all. And now GFE is set up for like a really safe, really standard death ball composition with the Dahaka Global. They just pick like any range carry, probably Greymane if it's up, maybe something else if not, and followed up with a healer, and they should be good. So all their cards are on the table basically.
We will see how this goes for Roll20, what they're thinking about. They're going to deny the
Tempo Storm?
Oriole. Temple Storm, sorry.
Yeah, Tempo has to consider here, okay, what range hero do we want them to have, what healer do we want them to have, and kind of draft around that, right? So they're thinking we don't want them to have Ariel Vala, and we don't want to pick Ariel ourselves. Makes total sense.
Yeah, because when you have Ariel Taskfall, that would
Yeah.
be bonker comp.
Mm-hmm.
Ariel's a smart band there, for sure.
It's also really good anti-engage. Like, it just really hoses the initiation with that Crystal Aegis. It's so tough to keep fighting into that. when you know it's going to deal all that AoE damage at the end of the duration. So I like the ban. Now it's kind of... The draft is going to depend on what Tempo Storm picks up here. They need tank, they need healer, and they need probably range damage just to kind of round out their composition. They'll pick 2 of those here.
Yeah, the Greymane ban I like too. It's
I would have rather seen an Anub'arak ban, I think.
yeah,
I think if
you want to get rid of
you're...
the dive, and he's
Yeah.
one of the 2 options.
I
there
think
at
if you're
parallel.
Tempo Storm, Anub'arak is a good option here for you to get the one-shot on the dive with the hunt while cocooning the secondary healer. But the Greymane, I mean, the Greymane is fine. Greymane would always be great, but I don't feel like Greymane does that much more for Tempo Storm in this situation than Anub'arak would. Although I don't know if Tempo Storm particularly plays much Anub'arak after the nerfs. I think only GFE has really shown proficiency on Anub'arak.
Calf has always
at
been
this
a
tournament.
warrior player that loves CCs.
Excelled at Anub'arak.
And loves himself some Anub. We got the Brightwing again today. This is the 3rd or 4th game we've seen in Brightwing. You get the 2nd global, so now you have a 2 global advantage versus the single of a Dahaka.
Yeah.
This is Cursed Hollow, and this is GFE, so Falstad's always on the table, but you already have the Tassadar. With Tassadar and another support, Falstad's damage is not enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
Vala would be standard here with Greymane banned. You could also do something like Lunara, or you could get a little weird and go Tracer, which I actually think would be pretty good here. It kind of dodges the one-shot that Tempo Storm is going for because she can recall out, and they don't have a great way to lock her down. So I wouldn't hate seeing a Tracer here.
Well, Tracer Mouth?
Could be Tracer Mouth. I think that's an option. Alternatively, I don't know what other range carry you go
That
if it's not
13
just
Mouth
Vala or
can live
Tracer.
through the one-shot,
Yeah.
but... And the heal over time is nice for the Tracer, but... We'll see what GFE's going to lock in here. It's Tracer Mouth.
Yep.
That beach body.
That beach bod, yo. And that last pick here on Cursed Hollow, we've got the Brightwing, we've got the Li Ming, Illidan, Abathur. I mean, my first guess would be Murden. You want something to dive to keep up with it. What about Tyrael? Does Tempo Storm run Tyrael?
I don't think NA runs Tyrael.
Right.
It's rare as
I
all
mean, we
hell.
see very few Tyraels, even though it would be perfect for this composition. Tyrael honestly would fit Tempo Storm's composition perfectly.
It blows my mind sometimes when you see like the Greymane and the Genji and like
And they
there's
just don't
options where the
pick
Tyrael could
Tyrael.
be absolutely amazing
Yeah.
and they just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's a big mistake. It's one of the reasons why NA struggles continuously, I think, on the global stage is that they just don't pick Tyrael. And we see him come into effect every single time.
yeah, it's true.
Although, to be fair, he has been nerfed pretty hard lately.
No, I mean he's a different hero than he once was,
Yeah.
but he's Holy Ground is just insane late game and so many choke points just can change things.
And the double bosses on this map with Holy
Saints,
Ground is so
yeah,
valuable.
yeah, both the combo,
Yeah.
contesting the space,
Chen.
but they're going.
I
for-
actually like Chen.
And Tempo Storm, I think, were the team yesterday that ran Barrel? Or was it them or someone else? It was on this
was
map
it
we saw Chen.
Fury?
I don't remember.
I don't
I think it was
remember.
Fury that played Barrel.
I do remember that
Someone
Chen
played
plus a
Chen
hat
on this map
kills
with,
people.
with Barrel, and we saw
I'm
a lot
like
of Chen
90% sure it's Fury.
I like the Chen too. Even if you go Panda Pals, which is like the go-to most of the time.
Ah.
The thing is, like, now their only lead CC is Hunt, basically. They have no other way to lock down a target.
Yeah.
Like, they can Chen, Q,
Well, I mean,
slow
at this
you,
point,
but
though, who are you going to insta-give? Like, you really can't. So, do you, like, give that option up, or do you have to fully commit to the one-shot once you have that Illidan Abathur? and with
I
the Li
mean,
Ming?
I guess you don't have to commit to it, but they have the Brightwing, too, and the Li Ming. They need an early kill in a fight. Otherwise, their composition does not work. So, unless you're barreling one person in and one-shotting that person, but who are you going to do it to? Dahaka, Arthas? Probably
Yeah.
not. Malfurion, not once he has Ice Block. Tass? Tracer? I mean,
Well, this is the losers finals, guys. Tempest from Gale Force fighting it out for money. The winner of this match makes it into the grand finals, gets at least 20% of that $8.5 thousand prize pool generated by you guys. We're about to find out who's going to take it. Game number 1 between Gale Force and Tempo.
And here on the left-hand side of the map, Tempo Storm beating GFE earlier in the tournament. Can they do it again? Cattle, Fury, Cawthon, June, and Song.
yep. And then on the right side of the map, in red, having advanced through that losers bracket, King Caffeine, Mike Udall, Fan, K1 Pro, and Akaface for GFE.
We do see Abathur yet again. He is really good at that Illidan, and really good with the Chen. Chen Abathur has gotten some crazy kills this tournament. So GFE's got to be mindful to respect it. When it comes for the interrupts to the Chug, they only have one. Well, two if you count Twilight Dream. And you have Drag. So to stop the Chen from just chugging like a choo-choo train, we don't have the best options to deal with that.
Yeah, there's not much that can stop
Rip
the
Miwa.
chug.
Rip Miwa. Rip Miwa.
Dunk
So-
your opsing for a moment.
Okay, easy game. Just going to go ahead and snap your camera over to mid here while GFE puts some pressure on the wall. They did know that Abathur was in this lane because they saw the Locust, so they're trying to put some pressure here with the 3-man. But on the bottom side of the map, Tempo Storm trying to respond in kind with the Brightwing Li Ming putting pressure onto this wall. And Li Ming's siege damage against the structures was reduced a little bit when Arcane Missiles lost 50% damage against those, but still, they will eventually retaliate and take this wall down. It's just a matter of time. Looks like GFE going for a gank on the top lane.
Yep, Shen's chugging, Brightwing's still putting in, but I don't know if Fury can get out here. There's a lot of damage on him. Oh, the Abathur hat is helping. Cat's going for the kill. I think he should be safe with June's heals because K1 Pro and Udolph stopped chasing. Yeah, just not enough. Good peels from June. I mean, they forced the teleport, which is good for them, but they have the double global in the situation, so they can be pretty free with their teleports.
Absolutely. Anytime Brightwing leaves the lane solo, normally it's a problem, but with the Abathur, you can just freely soak that lane, and there's no issue. So, Abathur in the middle lane to soak that. Psalm kind of just running around in circles here in the mid lane, waiting for this wave to get close, and he'll probably go to the Siege Giant camp once he's ready. And we did see Li Ming finally clean up that bottom tower and secure a tiny experience lead in favor of Tempo Storm.
Small announcement here. I say small, but it's kind of a big one. The prize pool has surpassed $9,000. A big monster contribution came in, also unlocking caster karaoke. Duncan
Son of a bitch.
Me and I will be doing karaoke after the tournament sometime tonight.
We're going to upload to YouTube?
No, we're going to do it live. We're just going to take the stream down for a bit to, like,
All right.
put it back up without delay.
Yay. Thanks for the donation.
Yeah!
Thank you so much.
Every bit
thank you.
helps. Yeah. Support the teams. Support the fans. Dog, you are zoomed in way too much.
You want me to zoom out?
Yeah, man.
But I'd like to see things close. It's actually really crazy how much the zoom really affects the viewing experience.
Yeah.
Playing the game after only watching streams and only observing, it almost feels claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Compared to the
Because I've been
observer
watching
vision.
Miwa zoom out the entire time, and watching
Yeah.
you zoomed in was tilting
Yeah.
me. It was triggering me. Full level lead here for Tempo Storm. Not too surprised at this. It's, yes, no kills, but the Brightwing Abathur is not going to miss any soak. Or
Yeah.
rotations from Gale Force. I mean, they're not going to be able to guarantee every minion if they're rotating properly. So, not too surprised to see this lead. But they did secure themselves the first tribute. They're also doing early Merc camps.
Yeah.
Tempo Storm on their side of the map did end up taking their blue camp.
The blue camp?
Their blue camp, the Bruiser one. That's not
Yeah,
blue.
both teams will have their night camp. GFE a little bit behind Tempo Storm here. They'll meet in the mid lane, but Tempo Storm's going to take this tempo advantage and utilize it to get structure damage on top lane. A little unfortunate for them, actually, that the tribute spawned bottom. So Tempo's really going to have to decide, is Psalm going to rotate down? And it looks like he will start traversing towards the bottom side of the map here. GFE starting the channel.
Yep. Fury here going to be pressuring him. It doesn't look like there's any play from GFE to contest this fully. Arthas is sitting top. And if you wanted to contest it, you would have Taka top, and you'd rotate Arthas down. They're just going to give this up. The spawning of it kind of forces them to not get it. You can't leave this lane up top. Oh, Fury taking a lot of damage. Drag goes down. Good damage coming out from K1 Pro, but he actually gets a lot of damage on him from Psalm. Fury is going to get out of there with the Abathur hat, and K1 Pro is in full retreat. I don't know if Malfurion can save him versus this. This is the problem with Tassadar versus the Illidan. It's just so easy for Illidan to ride you into the ground like this, and now he's going to get the kill on the Michael Udall as well.
Yeah, Illidan with that Abathur hat, once he gets forward momentum in the team fights, just seems pretty much unstoppable, especially when your Arthas isn't there to slow him down and deny that auto attack speed. There's just not very much that Gale Force can do. Now, Cawthon has been soaking this mid lane, but the Night Camp ran this middle lane out of ammo. Tempo Storm will get to defend it, though, without losing the structures because of the combination of Mule and Gale Force's two
we're on
deaths.
you now, Miwa.
Miwa's back, boys.
Miwa's back, boys.
Yay.
Dunk gets to do whatever he wants.
He's
now.
going to go zip and zop around.
Yeah, with the forcing of that spawn, as June is in a lot of trouble here, surrounded by 3 members. He somehow squirreled his way out of there. No, he gets hit by the Howling Blast, and June is going to fall. Avatar not enough to save him. King Caffeine getting very low. Cattle's going to go down as well. Does Caff have the Death Coil to save himself? No, he does not. Dahaka going for the Burl. Can the Avatar hat with the Chen clean this monster up? No, not this. Not like this.
That was a big fight
getting
for
caught out
GFE.
that.
You know, they were a little bit behind, but that collapse, you know, the 4-for-1 trade is a monster momentum swing they needed before level 10. Tribute's tied up 1-1. This makes the game just dead even. I mean, still, the experience is up for Tempo Storm, but GFE definitely have, you know, wind in the sails.
Yeah,
Wind in their sails.
those kills were really important to get them back in the game. Without it, the level 10 timing window would have been so long. And now GFE will give up this tribute, but at least they don't have to guarantee give up a boss. They can at least trade for it if the opportunity arises, or just deny the boss.
So they do have level 10 here. K1 Pro goes for one little stall here just to buy as much time as possible. They can't really contest this. Now with the Hunt being available, Fan does get hit with the Hunt, but nice shield from K1 Pro to negate most of that damage. Tribute did end up going over to Tempo Storm, but GFE has their heroics, and they're looking to fight Fury, getting that Brightwing to teleport in. So big Twilight Dream hitting Chen. The Pulse Bomb's going to connect with him as well, and both Chen and Brightwing got deleted. Psalm's in here by himself. Can he get out? Nice force wall from K1 Pro. 3-for-0 exchange. They thought they had a big enough window for him to hunt in on Tracer and get that kill, but the snap turnaround once GFE got 10. Going to get them this boss. I don't think they can get a double boss here, though. Just get
Task
some
1 Pro, man.
Task 1 Pro.
K1's the new Task 1 trick. These walls just insane.
I wonder if K1 has fun on that hero. I would imagine not.
I have so much fun playing Task, honestly, with Force Wall build. Every time you get a sick wall off like that Illidan kill, it just feels so good.
Yeah.
Laughing
I
at
forget
them.
who else said they really enjoyed playing Tassadar. Someone else I remember talking to. It's really irrelevant. I shouldn't be bringing it up. Because I can't say who it was, so. A level lead here for GFE. This is the first lead of the game, and they were down almost over a level at one point. So nice turnaround. These last 2 fights really benefiting them. They need to win this tribute, though, or they will get cursed here. Neither team is anywhere near an advantage right now. They're not even level 12 yet. They can't stall us out till 13. Fury doing a lot of damage to Fan, but immediately topped off. The Panda Pals have been popped. Who will be the target for Fury? Looks like they're trying to go on the K1 Pro. Hunt went on to Akaface. He's trying to kite back. He does not have the Ice Block yet, but was not needed. Michael Udall is now isolated in the back line of Tempo Storm, but he is still very healthy. Cawthon Luck has used the clone. He is taking a lot of damage on it, though, and it might end up going down here. Udall has just been sitting in the back line of Tempo Storm this entire fight and is full HP still. June with a decent Emerald win here, trying to get the kill on Caffeine, but there is the Army of the Dead finally being popped off. First to drop in this fight is going to be Illidan, and I think GFE might be able to snag another kill here onto Chen. Once they got their heroics, this game completely shifted its momentum.
Yeah. Once GFE got access to heroics, I would say the weakness of Tempo Storm's composition really just showed itself again. Like, they even got the engage onto Tracer there, but with no serious hard CC, she just kited Tempo Storm around. The clone got popped, got very little value. So the game is once again in GFE's hands, and they also got quite a lot of value on that bottom lane with the boss that was pushing the whole time. So Tempo Storm lost bottom for it, lost bottom keep wall, and now GFE has 13-12 advantage while they push with this boss.
Yeah, this is big for GFE. Not much really that Tempo Storm can do right now. They can't really contest underneath this boss without 13. They're just going to give up this fort. The Giants will help out a little bit versus the boss, but that keep shouldn't take any serious damage.
What is with these Avatar Illidan games? The Avatar Illidan games, like having really strong early games, typically you expect to see it turn on at level 10. And this one, it was thriving at the start, and now it's just, you know, struggling once the heroics are unlocked. 1.5 level lead with those bosses being a problem, and the curse potentially on the table here.
I think it was just GFE was...
This is a curse with a boss top still alive.
Yeah, they'll just push bottom.
Yeah, but I think GFE is looking for one keep off this. They won't find the picks that they're looking for.
It's just they're safe to be able to push without having to deal with the full 5-man, yeah.
The Hawk is going to go clear mid, like the decision making from Udall. Looks like we're going to have a pause.
This one
yeah,
was
that
Fan?
was That was
Yeah.
a really interesting game so far. Like we said, it's hard when you see an Abathur with a lead, especially with the Illidan. When you hit 10, it immediately, like, if they have the lead, it's hard to shut that down. But 3 fights in a row, GFE lost maybe, I think, half in that first fight at bottom boss, and then they haven't lost a life in the rest of the fights. Once they started team fighting, I mean, that's what GFE's always been good at, right? These players have always been excelled at team fighting, but yeah.
Yep.
It's been really clean from GFE.
It has. I mean, they're looking solid so far. They're getting the turnaround, that one team fight, and then just carrying it back for them through the rest of the game. It sounds like the issue is resolved, and we're ready to roll back in
Just waiting for a ready from
the other side. Yeah, okay, there it is. So, there we go.
Countdown's going to begin, and we are going to get into the game. All right, so this is definitely bottom keep going down. It looks like top keep should be safe from this boss. Yeah, it's going to get most of that front wall, but good shot calling coming out from GFE, and now they have a 2-level lead. This is a more than a 2-level lead. This is huge for GFE. It's so hard for Abathur to make a comeback at this big of a deficit, especially when all of your lanes are pushing and you're having to keep Abathur bottom lane to deal with the catapults.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Well, they did get that very early keep. 11-minute keep on Cursed Hollow is extraordinarily rare, but it's the power of these windows when you just have that big advantage over the enemy team, and the power of the bosses if it all lines up for you around the time of the curse. I don't know how much damage the boss did in the top lane. Did they get the wall?
It got most of the front wall.
Yeah, okay. So that's still really good also, because that's, again,
More experience.
boss can walk down that lane later and then pressure keep.
Well, 16's here for GFE. Luckily for Tempo Storm, the curse just ended, so they've got a long time before the tributes even start spawning, let alone they're in danger of getting cursed. They had 3 more curses or tributes that GFE has to get, so they're able to ride this out to 16. When is the next boss up, though?
It's going to be a bit.
I believe it's bottom left. We got about a minute left on it, probably.
Yeah, 50 seconds.
50 seconds left on it? Okay, so that is going to be the next major contention point, and Tempo Storm cannot contest that. Now, a boss at this point in the game, 12 minutes in, Dunk, how much threat does that do to the core?
The core threat is minimal about the boss on its own, but the fact that we're seeing the 16 to 14 gap means GFE could actually end the game with the boss, mostly because the boss at least forces a fight.
Getting bursted. The Hunt's coming in. Nice recall to avoid it, though. Hunt is not going to be able to secure that kill. Silence goes down, and will Eichel Udall get that kill? He does, as the fan...
Fan's just rolling over these guys. Like, he is just dashing around, playing really well on the Tracer.
How did another team get Tracer tasked today?
Somebody fell asleep in the draft
Dude,
phase.
the
Didn't Tempo Storm just let Tracer task through versus roll? Who got Tracer tasked in the first game we saw?
If there's anyone that's actually been able to follow and track some of the stats for the heroes... you guys don't see Dunk zooming, but Dunk's screen right now is repulsive.
As zoomed in as possibly
I
could
mean,
get.
It's not even letting me slave to it. That's Dunk Vision.
That's Dunk Vision.
That's normal vision.
That's how Dunk has been doing this entire tournament.
He just likes to see the details.
Yeah, man. Just trying to really make sure that analysis is top notch.
Our first tribute's up. They still don't have 16. Can't really contest this, but they're posturing around it. I'm gonna stop. I often talk to Dunk because I go to him for my analysis. So I'm always looking over at him. I can't look at you anymore. There's the Hunt onto Fan. He is still alive though. Tastar is in position to shield him. Akaface a little bit hurt as well. As the Panapals are focusing the Malfurion, but just not enough success here. Force Wall immediately being dropped by K1 as it zoned him from his team. But everyone on the end of Tempo Storm is still pretty healthy. Oh, really? But there we go. Illidan Psalm does end up going down.
That was a beautiful Twilight Dream. Yeah, Malfurion will die for it, but well worth it. Yeah. And that just seals a clean team fight with a boss with the keeps down here. This is problematic.
Oh, they're just going for core. They're going to skip the boss. It's 30-second window. They wouldn't be able to end with the boss because everyone would be up as it's pushing in. But 30 seconds with only Brightwing Abathur, I think they can do this.
They definitely can end here. Probably will end up being a fight at the end as the core gets low, but without
Brightwing's not even
two
here.
real bodies here to defend.
Yeah, Brightwing's not even trying. That's a game.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do here. GG. Game number 1 going over to GFE. This is the second time today that we have seen a team get Tassadar Tracer.
Wait, is that game 1?
That was game 1.
Wow. Felt like GFE stomped so hard that was
Stop
2 games
letting
of
Tass
stomping.
through. Does someone?
Damn,
Damn.
that was
What?
spicy.
Oh,
I wish we had someone keeping stats actively. I'm curious as to what Tassidar's win
That's
rate
what I
is.
was. I was actually trying to ask that earlier, like what Tassidar's win rate is, because
probably
It
110%.
would
Yeah,
not surprise
it's
me if it somehow was
insane,
over
man.
100%.
it doesn't matter who you put him with. Illidan, Tracer, even like Avala, he's so good.
He's really good. I'm sure some of the amateur teams might have lost with him, though. It's possible there. But yeah, we saw Tass Tracer the first set of the day. I think it was actually Tempo. It was GFE again versus Hold It Down. They had a dominating game with Tassadar Tracer on Tomb of the Spider Queen versus the Chromie comp, and now they get it again here, and it's no fair. It's actually cheating.
The Tracer vision or the dunk vision. Too good, too good. We just saw that in stream. But yeah, no, dude, it's nuts at how impactful Tassadar is. And everyone played it really well. I think Fan was on point on the Tracer. That Twilight Dream in that fight was just dirty.
Everyone on GFE died but Fan.
Fan's a god.
Fan's
Confirmed.
a god. Fam confirmed
Yo,
best
but
player on GFE.
but that Witness Me Twilight Dream that we saw from
Witness
Maka,
me!
dude, that was a good Witness Me.
That
Like,
was a good witness me. If you're gonna go out in glory, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's check out them prize dollars. 9,051. It's a lot, man.
We got $950. This is the second to last set, so potentially if GFE wins this and then Roll20 2-0s GFE, making that a 3-0 because they have the 1-0
Yeah.
advantage, we only have 3 games left. And then the shop closes, I believe, once the tournament ends. So
I don't remember if we scheduled it to be end of day or end of event because it's an automated thing, but soon. The
Soon,
shop
so-
does the Bloodlust shop. So if you want an Arcane 8 shirt, I'm not wearing it today. If you want an Arcane 8
You want an
shirt,
Arcane 8
if
shirt.
you want a Bloodlust shirt, an Arcane 8 poster, a wristband, all of those things you buy, any of these hoodies, any purchase you make in the shop, not only do you benefit the prize pool, you benefit Arcane 8, you help us run more events like this, and you're getting a reward as the product in return. And honestly, it helps so much in Arcane 8. Because Arcane 8, what is Arcane 8? Some people don't even know. It's a small home production studio that I started at the end of last year, actually kind of with Bloodlust. We didn't even have our own Twitch page or anything. We ran the last Bloodlust as Arcane 8's first broadcast, but it wasn't even an official company or anything yet. But it's been my dream for a long time to be able to just produce high-quality esports events. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show. We're not trying to be HGC. That is not the goal. HGC is trying to be ESPN. We're trying to be what my vision of esports is. Fun, stupid, meme stuff with, good games and good gameplay.
Yeah, it's just entertainment is
Yeah.
our goal here.
Yeah.
And giving back to the community, and you guys also giving back to the teams that you love being fans of.
Yeah.
Because all of the prize pool that we're showing, all the money you get, you donate, you spend on stuff. Some of it goes to the prize pool,
And it tells you exactly how much contribution goes where.
and you can directly donate to the prize pool as well, right?
Yeah,
That's
if you
lovely?
just want to donate, cash money, if you just want to, I do the viewer question. Like we said, any viewer questions or any shout-outs that you do actually purchase at this point will be wrapped into one of our future shows.
Yeah.
We will be doing karaoke later tonight. So it's terribly...
I'm only doing one song. I'm not like sitting here for like 3 hours.
No, it's an hour maximum.
We got a lot.
It's an hour
early
maximum
morning
because
tomorrow.
yeah, we're all actually flying out tomorrow. Zoe and I are going to California. Dunk's going home, and we have to be awake by 5 a.m. So we can't do some crazy karaoke session. But we got a
Practice
game.
sold out, guys. Now this is match point here, as this is still a best of 3.
Yep.
If GFE wins this, Tempestormer is eliminated. Again, a very top-heavy prize pool here, only first and second place. So neither of these guys, despite being top 3, and again, the top 3 we all predicted, Roll20, GFE, and Tempestorm, but only 2 of the 3 will get payment. So this match is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Winner of this match does get prizing.
Yeah,
And
Dollar
the opportunity to
bills,
play for
y'all.
first.
pretty close to $2,000 right now.
Yeah. Just for second place.
First place, getting closer to $8,000 at the moment. If we hit that 10K, that's
Very
what this win will be.
nice. Very
Which is
nice.
pretty good. First ban going to be on Zagara. We saw this earlier.
Yep.
And with Tempestorm having the first ban, after what we've seen from GFE this weekend, they're never going to let Tassadar be first picked. They'd rather give up the Uther in that situation.
Absolutely. Tassadar, Uther, both very high contention rate at this event. Now, I would be amazed. Actually, I'm going to roll that back just a second, because on Brax's holdout specifically, it's a little more common to see the Uther go later in the draft because he's so weak in the 4-man and his sustain healing relative to the other healers, especially after the most recent round of nerfs. So I wouldn't be terribly surprised if Uther makes it to the 2-3 slot or even the second ban phase in this draft. The priority is more likely going to be on stuff like Genji, Dahaka, heroes that really excel on this map and are good overall.
Shut up, Dunk. You know what you're talking about. You don't know. You don't know. It's all about that Uther, baby. Weren't you Uther today? You should know. Give us a well met.
Well met.
Nice. That was beautiful. Yeah, I mean, the 4-man is pretty important on this map. I am happy to see them pick Uther because I'm tired of seeing June on Brightwing. Get over it, dog. It's done. But we're probably still going to see Brightwing, huh? They're going to pick it. They're going to double support
Brightwing,
Uther
yeah.
Brightwing.
Maybe.
June's going to be on it. Tilted already.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see the Uther first pick. He just struggles so much in that 4-man lane. If they go double healer, I would really like that. But usually when you're going double healer of this sort, you want to force the enemy team to kind of like ban Ariel. Like, let's say you pick Vala here with the Uther, then the enemy team's like, maybe we have to ban Ariel, and then you've gotten some extra leverage in the drafts because of that. And you could go something like the Stukov as your secondary support, or the Mouth.
I cannot believe Caster Karaoke got funded. I am so tipped right now. Dahaka Genji, are you any surprised by this? These were like the first. You said who they would first pick, Tempo Storm. Those were the two heroes you listed, Genji and Dahaka. So no surprise seeing those, I guess.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything, so I
Yeah,
I assumed those wouldn't get picked at all.
You're dumb McDum. I mean, we saw earlier with GFE specifically, fans one shot on Brax's holdout with the boss.
Yeah.
Genji very good on this map.
The real question here is, what direction is Tempo Storm going? I mean, we've seen them try the same comp back-to-back in the last few, and we'll have to see if they go for that Leaving Illidan style again, or if they change it up.
Well, they have a lot to think about here. We talked about Abathur on this map because of the Dominion waves, because of the Zerg spawns. Abathur less valuable. You can see him on 2-lane maps. We do see him on BOE, paired with Illidan quite often, but not on Braxis.
Illidan Muradin.
You surprised by this?
Nope.
Muradin this early?
Well, we've seen it get banned in the second ban phase by GFE against Tempo Storm before, or against GFE before. Like, both teams kind of prioritize Muradin in the current meta, so I'm not that surprised to see it before the second ban phase.
Fury and Cap are both very good Muradin players.
Yeah, I suspect Tempo Storm will ban either one of the healers, but there's not really a mega priority healer with task banned Uther picked. Like, the only other mega priority healer is Ariel, really. And I don't know how much of that we've seen as solo support from GFE. So I suspect Tempo Storm will want to ban Greymane, but GFE's ban... Oh, Chromie ban. That actually suggests a little more to me that they want the Ariel. So now I think because of the Chromie ban, Tempo Storm's almost forced into the Ariel ban, because Chromie is the biggest Ariel counter, I would say, in the game. Of any
Really?
individual
Explain
hero.
that.
Just
For the noobs like me.
Ariel's healing is based on damage dealt to enemy heroes, and Chromie is one of those heroes that does high poke damage from outside of the return trade range from the enemy team. So basically, as an Ariel team, anytime you take damage and your team doesn't deal damage in response, you've lost the trade.
You've lost the trade.
What
Hard.
makes it even worse is Chrono Loop can force Crystal Aegis, and that's no bueno.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, the ban coming up here from Tempo Storm, they're thinking very hard on it. Will it be the Oriole?
It should be Ariel. I think this is a no-brainer. If you don't ban Ariel here, I don't know. GFE can just take...
For Braxis, who do you
Whatever they
pick?
want.
They're hovering Ling Ming. Looks like they're going to let the Oriole through. What damage would you pair with the Oriole on this map? Would it be the Vala, or would you go with like the Lunara instead?
Against the Uther, I could see going Lunara. In general, I vastly prefer Vala.
Right.
But specifically against Uther, the slower damage is still acceptable. So Lunara could be an option. But again, it's not that common as solo healer is the thing. A lot of times people like to augment the Ariel with like another half support or something, and there's not really room in the GFE composition for that. So if they don't pick it, I wouldn't be that surprised, although I think it is the best choice of what's available, except Stukov, but it doesn't seem any of these teams are really showing off their Stukov, probably hiding whether or not they play that for Western.
Western Clash is coming up, and Stukov is enabled there, and we haven't seen him today. If this is your first day tuning in, as our viewership has gone up quite a bit for the grand final hype. But Stukov is enabled for this tournament as well as Western Clash.
Yeah, this has really been the first glimpse of how he's going to fit, and honestly, it looks really good. Ever since the upgrade in this patch and the flailing arm, we've seen some really impressive stuff, and I think my favorite thing about Stukov is seeing the Stukov Brightwing Stitches. That trio just gives your team so much control in the fight, makes the Gorge feel, in some instances, it looks unbeatable if it's executed properly.
Yeah. Anything that can follow up outside of the Gorge into the Silence would be great with it.
Yeah.
But the Brightwing having that polymorph and the extra damage, we got to see some really cool combos with that. But it's going to be the Falstad and a new Barak here from GFE. I mean, they've always been a Falstad team. They've got the double global, but do these picks make sense to you? I mean, you got the dive with the Anub, the Genji with the Anub.
Yeah, CAF seems to really prefer the Anubrak as far as tanks go. I think that's like their second highest priority tank in general. And it works well with the Genji. So this is actually, I think, really a problem for GFE. Templestorm's comp now has the Ariel Vala. It's augmented with the Uther. So even with the Anubrak, it's going to be hard to kill one of these targets instantly.
Yeah.
Because Ariel or Uther, whichever one is not in the web wrap,
We'll be able to keep people alive.
should be able to keep the kill target alive. There's always the possibility.
Who do you web wrap here? Do you go after? Does it have to be the Uther?
Has to be the Uther.
Yeah.
If you don't web wrap Uther, he's just going to de-shield your kill target. And then they'll bless them the cocoon before you wait out the de-shield.
Well, last pick here for GFE on Braxis. They need their support.
Yep.
Karazim potentially?
Have we seen any Karazim from GFE? I don't think we have at this tournament.
Actually, we have not. I don't think Aquaface has played Karazim once.
No,
No, I don't think he has
I know he
yet.
has played it at least once in the
And,
HGC,
you know,
but not here.
The classic Akka is he plays a lot of Brightwing. That would be triple global. Is triple global worth it on Praxis holdout?
Braxis, it's not my favorite. The double global has very high value on Braxis holdout because you can have your top laner rotate down to the bottom to assist in the 4v4, turn into a 5v4,
Yeah,
and then miss no soak by afterwards globaling your other global back to top lane, or vice versa. So double global, very powerful.
They're going to go for Malfurion instead of the potential Rhaegar they could have gone for. Considering Illidan's going to be flopping around, I mean, yes, roots are going to be nice for either locking him down or zoning people away to get the pick off an Illidan in the event they get those stuns. I also have always really liked just Twilight Dream in general.
Twilight Dream's awesome.
Yeah, like we saw some really nice Twilight Dreams from Akka in that last game anyways.
Well, guys, we're going into game number 2 here. This is match point for Gale Force Esports, as this is a best of 3. Only takes 2 wins, and they've got 1.
That is
Math
how best
is
of threes work.
very hard sometimes. But guys, here we go. Game number 1, or game number 2. It's been a long weekend, guys. 3 days. Here we go, guys. Tempestorm on the left-hand side of the map. Cattle on the Vala, Psalm, Cawthon, June, and Fury.
And their opponents already up 1 game in this set, trying to make that dream run through the losers bracket. We have Gale Force Esports with King Caffeine, Mike Udall, Fan, Aquaface, and
Look at something else.
What?
I'm trying to figure out if I'm
we
on
don't know who is. You're on Duck.
all right, all right. Okay, we're safe. We're
You were
safe.
like literally.
Everything
He was
just
swapping
he just
between. He
follows
didn't
what
move
Miwa
at all.
follows, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening right now.
Maybe Miwa follows what I follow. 'cause
Oh,
Miwa
Maybe
knows
they're
what's
both
correct.
smart and know what to look at.
What if Miwa slaved on Dunk and then we slaved on Miwa?
It would be a
Is that
really weird
possible?
delay. Yeah, it probably is possible, but it'd be a really weird delay. Between
It
the
would be
first
awful,
Yeah.
yeah, because it always has a little bit of this the lag behind, but it smooths it out, so it looks really nice. Miwa's a god, guys. Big shout out to Miwa, observing all weekend long. He's been here as long as we have, every single day, all day long, and even struggling with computer issues. Guy deserves your eternal 323s in the chat.
Eternal 323. And follow him on Twitter. Definitely Miwa.
Definitely Miwa.
Kevin Pro, after helping his team get the top wall, is going to fly down to try his best to defend this. Are they gonna get this? There's no way, right?
It's a lot of good pressure. They just got the heals in onto Psalm, but they instantly get the nice roots. Armor from Uther.
Good disengage from Fan here.
Double
Cap
support
gonna be just fine.
is going to be really really good for Tempest Storm this game, I feel.
Yeah, once they get to the mid-late game where they actually can death ball.
Yeah.
Right now,
In the lanes, though, it's not working out too well.
No, no, of course you get pushed in early. That's great abuse here from GFE.
yeah, it's just
Bottom lane's not going too bad for Tempo Storm, though. They've got this front wall down. They've taken out the well. It's fairly even trade so far.
very even. Yeah, GFE would have liked to get more advantage here. The 3-2 split from Tempest Storm is actually being very effective.
Oh, a lot of damage going down onto Illidan. The burrow is there. Psalm goes down. First blood for Gale Force Esports.
Caster Curse, man. As soon as you say it's effective, they get overconfident, and Illidan just doesn't respect the damage output. He does not have the level 7 Uther armor bonuses yet, so that route will be lethal.
And even with that 4-man, you're seeing the power of that Ariel Vala. Bullying K1 Pro. They didn't get the fort bottom, but they got it really low.
Yeah.
Beacons are activated here. Looks like GFE is going to be controlling bottom for now, but it's being contested by Oriole and Vala. Top lane. Oh, wow. Fan getting really low there. Respect the Vala.
Sub $800 until Heroes of the Dungeon D&D campaign is unlocked.
$9,200, guys. That is incredible.
You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Every year we say we don't think these will be made, so we're going to make these stretch goals that make no sense because there's no threat of them being broken. And
You prove us
someone
wrong.
paid $100 for me to smash the cakes. People paid $750 for us to sing. You guys are incredible. Thank you.
I sincerely doubt we'll break the 11K of last year, but that's fine. 10K is insane if we hit it. So we do have good pushing in the bottom lane from Tempo, trying to respond to that top fort they lost, even the experience out with the result. That's their intent, but they are, half level behind, and it's pretty early. King Caffeine will be slowed down by Fury. Big collapse here on the bottom point. Detainment Strike's good, but can they get the fan? No.
I hate you so much, Derek. He keeps zooming. He notices when I'm watching him stream now, and he keeps zooming in. Cattle might actually go down here. Will Fan get the kill? Does he have the dash up? No, he does not. Not willing to risk that, or he just didn't have it up. They're trying to contest this point here, but both points are controlled right now by TS, and Fury is standing on it as long as possible to try and max that out, but it's oh, it did get in. That was as close as it could possibly get, and that's a full Zerg wave versus a 0%.
They need to implement to the game like the Street Fighter perfect when you get a 100 to 0.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's so cool seeing the StarCraft maps after watching remastered StarCraft this morning. I'm like such a StarCraft mindset.
Dude,
right
that's where we met. We met at MLG, during the StarCraft days. But Illidan picked off before the fight even really starts. Fan is deep. Hungering Arrow will not connect due to the trait. Beautiful jukes from Fan. Should be able to live here. They hurt, but the heals are there.
They. What's the Hydra? They spit noises.
That depends on what game you play.
Yeah, that's true. GFE K1 Pro, got to be careful there, and he does go down to the Vala, man. Respect the Vala. You can't step the cattle like that.
Yeah,
Especially with Ariel healing.
the full Hatred Vala just does so much damage.
Yeah.
When you go in melee range.
Despite all this that's happened, the one death on Falstad, the massive Zerg push here, they've done a good job of holding it down, and they are not too far behind on experience. Templestorm just barely got a lead. It's going to go up a bit more when the fort goes down, but this could be a much worse situation for GFE. They've lost both their forts, which is not ideal, but oh, here we go. Caffeine engaging here. Psalm taking a lot of damage, but gets healed up by the Oriole. Cattle very low as well. K1 Pro does secure that kill. GFE going for the chase, trying to take out Psalm here. He's going to be able to dash away. Koth and Luck going to be the next to fall. Nice engage there from GFE.
GFE looking clean
That's
today.
a global advantage, man. That's what's going to keep happening every time the Tempo Storm has to be split. The offlaner who's versing Uther is going to get to freely translate up to the other side of the map. Once Illidan gets Hunt,
it helps.
It will help, but it's just a matter of will it actually be in range.
Fan, again, using the Reflect combo on this boss is gnarly amounts of damage, but a third of its health went down there, and that's going to be a very easily secured boss here from GFE. Great shot calling coming from Jake just said it best. GFE is playing clean today. Not today, this set. Set one, they're sleepy, they had just woken up. It was shaky, but right now,
I mean, I'd say game one they looked sleepy. Yeah. But I think the rest of that,
right. Game one was sleepy,
but
game two was good.
Yeah,
you are right. Well, almost full level lead here for GFE guys. If they're behind when they hit level 10, Tempo Storm, which is looking like to be the case, how hard does that come back for them? Is the heroics for them that big of a deal, or it's an okay situation to be in right now?
They really are going to be reliant on that beacon timing. Hopefully for them, the beacon spawn isn't until they're closer to 10. If it spawns before GFE even hits 10, and then GFE has the whole timing window of the 10 to 9 to capture it, it'll probably be very tough for Tempo Storm. But Tempo Storm, for example, gets maybe one pick off somewhere on the map, just recovers a little bit of that experience. They should be able to hit level 10 at a similar timing and not lose too much here. But the double healer really struggles when you force it to split apart.
Well, 3/4 of the way through level 9, getting close to those heroics. Jake's laughing at Twitch chat. Quit being funny, chat, because I can't read you right now.
I called you a sprinkler when you made Hydra sounds.
The sprinkler? You were the one that made the sprinkler sound, right?
What kind of sprinklers do you
Oh,
use?
that was me. That was me. Right.
Well, bottom forward is taking way too much damage. The Merc Camp and the Wave will finish it off. It's level 10, so honestly, there's just no way for Tempo Storm to contest that safely, and it's not worth trying to contest it. They just want level 10. Unfortunately for them, this beacon progress is ramping up, and we're looking at 100% being incredibly likely here for GFE.
Is that a guaranteed keep?
It's not guaranteed,
but
it's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed this early?
It could be defended. If like the wall is down, it's a guaranteed keep, but with the Vala to wave clear it, you can probably hold the
multi-shot
keep.
build deals with it fairly
The
well.
real risk is the Anubrak diving behind the keep or the Falstad gusting you out if you're slightly out of position. Either one of those could be critical, and we do see the web rep going here. GFE probably will try to engage off that, even though it's behind the wall. They suspect that Tempo's not in range.
Wow, a lot of damage going down the hill for there.
but-
Calf did not want to fully commit to that, and it didn't seem like Michael Udall either. Neither of them were willing to go over the wall for that kill.
Twilight Dream Cocoon spent all heroics now in lock here for the side of Tempo Storm. 5 to 3 is definitely what they wanted. The HUD going into the backside. Psalm does get the heals. Double support paying its bills right now, but the keep is taking so much damage from this creep wave.
Pretty big strafe coming out, but the minions are absorbing a lot of the damage. K1 Pro very low in the backline. He is the biggest target for them right now, but they're not really able to dive. Good Gus, and that Gus is going to help them secure the keep here. But Fury's diving the backline, trying to get that kill on the Akka face. He doesn't have Ice Block, and Psalm is going to ride all over K1 Pro. He's trying to get the fly out of there. There he goes.
K1 Pro
Phrasing.
will survive, but personally, I think that was a big mistake from GFE not
I'd watch
to
that.
commit to the Cocoon kill. They could have Falstad flown over the wall and a Nubrak gone over the wall as well. Gust could have disengaged the Uther further from the Cocoon target and then insta-killed.
I wonder if they were just wanting to play that safe, or
Yeah, they
they just
definitely wanted to play
underestimated their damage. They thought they were going to get the kill, because that was surprising to me.
Yeah.
They did want to play it safe. They ended up getting the keep, but they gave up quite a bit of their XP lead in exchange for that, and that keep being down is not that good for them, considering the Illidan with the Hunt can just continuously push that lane out.
Yeah, all things considered. I mean, like
Go
you said,
Uther, go.
the experience being evened up is actually
Don't help
probably-
him, Psalm. Let him do this himself. Oh. Never let Uther solo a camp, I guess.
He does it fairly well compared to old Uther.
Compared to old Uther, yes. Compared to old Uther,
And Holy
yes.
Fire at 4 just
13's a great tier for GFE. Ice Block on Malfurion just makes him so much of a harder target to kill. We saw that last fight. That was the Hunt target, was Akka Face. Probably going to be swapping that to K1 Pro, I assume, once he gets Ice Block.
Yeah, most likely that'll be the case.
Oh, so they just forced Calf to back after they did a nice trade on him, and Fury is zoning him. Does GFE know that this is happening? They haven't scouted it just yet. I think they're onto it now. Can they get here in time? Dahaka is ready to burrow in. He goes onto the point. Nice reflect damage onto Psalm, and Calf gets in there. Michael Udall, nice Gus. But the Psalm gets back on the point, but a great silence, and that boss is going to go over to GFE.
Dude, the gust that pushed them away, they stepped back forward into a Twilight Dream.
yeah.
That was so
Fan!
clean, but Fan does end up losing his life, and Genji 2-for-1 trade favoring GFE. Boss watching down bottom. Top lane is completely pushing as well with mercenary camps.
Fan dying there is great for Tempo Storm. That makes this a lot less scary.
Yeah, they probably don't get the keep here now because of that death.
It's still not good for Tempo. This is,
Oh yeah, they're way behind.
you know, being down 1 keep on a 2-lane map, not the end of the world. Being down 2 keeps when you got to constantly worry about your lanes getting pushed out, that's problematic.
Yeah. Luckily for Tempo Storm, they're about to hit 13 as the next beacons are activating. GFE is going to get the head start on the count, but Tempo Storm can contest this very soon.
Yeah, Fury's already looking at contesting top. Anyone flew in. Won't find any kills here, but Tempo is going to have to scramble to try and not give up a 0 to 100 Zerg wave.
Nice roots from Akka, just stalling.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, get some, up to 50% on that beacon, and that's fantastic for them. Look at this bottom keep, just getting free damage from the boss.
Well, that boss still that keep at that HP.
Yeah.
Wow, that's just going to die then.
Yeah, mostly with the help of the minion wave is really why it'll kill the keep.
Big Psalm's going back, but it might be a little too late there. Either way, that's dead. Yeah.
The ability is just so much damage.
So Tempo Storm elected to defend 50% beacon progress, but it cost them the keep. I'm not sure that's worth it.
Definitely not. 2 keeps down on this map when you're this far behind. That's infinite pressure.
Especially against double global, like,
Yeah.
it's going to be so hard for Tempo to recover in this game. They basically, in order for Tempo to win this game at this point, they need to get their own Zerg wave or win a 5-0 on GFE's side of the map and just end with Illidan. That's their only hope.
Kept trying to catch Psalm here. The web wrap is there. Only Michael, Udall, and Caffeine here. Everyone else is back in base defending. K1 Pro's not even range to fly in. I'm curious if they'll be able to get this kill. The drag goes down. They still have the... Wow.
The CC with those big body bruisers just do the damage, man.
Was nuts.
Yeah. The Dahanka auto attack damage at level 13 is pretty
Is that
insane.
with Illidan dead here? That there should be able to get the double. They're gonna have to rotate very well. Oh,
This should be
Avatar
game.
pops so early. He might not. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Fury. Crystal Aegis used there as well. He does get the Divine Shield, but was this worth it? Genji trying to clean this up. Here comes Falstad with a flank. Coffin getting a lot of damage put onto him. He's trying to keep his team alive. Fan has been zoned out of the fight by Fury. He dashes back in, gets the kill onto Oriel, and this should be game here as June definitely
The
on
hunt?
but ice blocking it immediately. So I'm going to try and clear this up, but everyone on the end of GFE is still alive. It's a 3 versus 5 right now. Luther
Akaface-
Ghost just about to leave.
Yeah, Akaface is like trying to
B
solo.
steps from Caffeine.
Yeah.
Fury getting pinned in here. This is not very good for GFE. I would almost say that it's GG.
FE.
Yeah, but that's guaranteed 100%.
Yeah, well played, honestly.
for
Like, that is
Catapults.
a very well-played game from GFE. They should be able to end. I mean, the death timers are low, but when you have a full 100-0 Zerg wave
Yeah.
and a 16 advantage, defending this is going to be exceptionally difficult for Tempo Storm.
Yeah, 16 is such a huge tier,
And Tempo has the double healer. Like, they're so light on wave.
Right.
And that's been
This
hurting
game
them all
is-
game long.
This game is over.
yeah. The
Like,
two
when it comes to the
catapult
team
waves.
fight, they took that last fight. They didn't want to, obviously. Muradin got collapsed on. They got forced into the fight while Illidan wasn't there. And even though Illidan was able to hunt in, it was just too little too late.
I mean, they almost won, though. Like, the 4v5 team fight, even after having to blow D-Shield on
Yeah.
Muradin, like, it was really close. That's the power of the double support in actual team fights. But GFE played properly, out-macroed them, and
Good night, Illidan.
controlled the game. And
That should
really,
be it.
the pickoffs decided the game
Yeah.
in this one.
Yeah,
Crystal
Cap and Udall
Aegis.
had great synergy between the two of them with
Yeah.
those CC kills.
Yeah, Aegis, Divine Shield, both used to keep Cattle alive. Illidan's down. The Shields have begun their descent
won.
into Nowhere Land. But Falstad is down. Genji damage forcing Cattle and crew back. Shields have now dissipated. Akaface is low.
Going for a little bit of CC, but Core's at 60% here. Dahaka and King Caffeine, full HP, and they're losing members. Their Illidan's dead, their Uther's dead. That is GG, guys. We have a winner. Gale Force Esports taking a victory 2-0. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit surprised after what we saw yesterday. Tempo Storm and GP had a very